Obviously, you're an Ashland alumni. You've played in this game many times over the years. You've been an assistant many times over the year, but first time tonight as a head coach. Talk about the emotions and everything that went into it, and how was it different maybe from the past?
Yeah, well, it was a lot different. I can assure you that. But I'm really proud of our guys because I thought that they did a really good job of executing our game plan. They did exactly what we talked about in the meeting on the whiteboard, what we showed them on film. We had we had one of the best practices we've had all season last night. So we felt really good going into it. Obviously Boyd is a really, really good basketball team. But I thought from a game prep standpoint, translating that from film, from practice to the floor tonight, they were outstanding.
You guys had to overcome a little adversity, with Xander getting into foul trouble early on, I think midway through the first quarter.
Yeah.
What did your team kind of show you to be able to battle back from that and then go on a big run heading into halftime?
Showed me that they can still defend at a high level. And we've got guys that contribute from an offensive standpoint when Xander's out of the game. Kind of like, you hear all the time, that next man up mentality. But they didn't really let that faze them at all. They just continued to grind defensively. And I think because they continued to focus defensively and getting stops, it turned into offense on the other end.
Nate Freize, I felt like, was big in that first half, 12
Huge
points. What did he do to be effective and contribute?
He was tough around the rim, and he was a bear setting ball screens for Rheyce Deboard. And he's the best screener that we have. And one of the points of emphasis as far as game planning goes was making sure that we set really good screens, because we didn't really do a good job of that against GRC on Saturday. I thought we whiffed on a lot of screens. Showed that to him on film, so it was a correctable mistake. And Nate went out there and really put their defense in a bind with his ball screen and roll action. And the way that Rheyce gets downhill off those, we were able to make some plays off that. And Nate did a good job of handling those passes and finishing at the rim.
Obviously an emotional game for Rheyce. I thought he was composed and played some of his best basketball this season so far.
Very much. We stressed to the guys going into this game how important composure was. I think that is the most important key going into a game like this. I told them the team that sells out on defending in the half court and the team that has the most composure is going to win. And I thought our guys handled that part very well.
Wood County's obviously a very prolific three-point shooting team. What did you do to kind of take that away and negate that?
Well, when we were in man-to-man, we decided we were going to get up and pressure them and take away their space. And then we zoned predominantly as well, and because of our length, we were able to extend that zone out and take away those catch-and-shoot opportunities. They're a very, very good shooting basketball team. That was my biggest concern going into it. So we preached, the several days leading up to this game. They were averaging 32 attempts from three a game and 10 makes a game. So the analytics tell you that you have to do something to take that away. So they did a good job of executing.
Anything else you want to say?
No, just I'm really happy for our players, and now it's time to focus on what's in front of us, and that's Bracken County Friday night at Bracken. And I told our guys, hey, this was a great atmosphere tonight, an adverse atmosphere. Wait till you go up to Bracken County and up in Polar Bear Country on Friday, because you're in for a real treat. So, but no, very happy for our guys.
Here at Ashland, coming off win over Boyd County, your former team. Emotional game. How were you able to kind of keep your composure out there, especially in an atmosphere like this?
I knew it was going to be like this. As soon as I walked in, I knew that the stands was going to be against me. But that Boyd County team has been my brothers for 3 or 4 years. So I have nothing bad to say against them. They're my brothers from day one. But when it comes on the court, it's a whole different experience. I got to play with the brothers I have now than the ones I had before.
What was kind of the difference in you guys being able to slow down their, prolific three-point shooting tonight?
That Boyd County team, that's how they score. They transition in threes, so we knew how to stop at least one of them. So, they went 3 for, I don't know. They only had 3 threes, I think. So, that's a really big part on us. That's good.
I got the chance to talk with Nate. He said, he was high on you talking with you. He had a good first half.
Yeah.
What do you think he was able to do to be
effective? He had really good minutes. He's one of the best pick and roll dudes probably in the state. He sets the screen. He's big, and so you can't guard both of us. You got to pick one of them. So I mean, he was open on almost every cut right there.
Having that as a point guard, what does that do to kind of take your game to the next level?
I mean, when I drive, you know, I mean, there's going to be people crashing. You know, I can't just leave me wide open. So when I crash, you know, that three is going to be open, or that crash right there is going to be open from the pick and roll. So I mean, there's a bunch of different options you can pick from. So I mean, it's really good.
I was kind of worried a little bit. You know, Xander gets into foul trouble. You guys had some guys step up, though. What do you think that says about your team?
Well, you know, Xander, he's our top scorer in our team. So I mean, him coming out, that's a big loss from us. But, you know, we knew we had to step it up. He stepped up a lot. Cam, he stepped up. So I mean, they knew they had to step up and have that role to make us win this game.
Coach said you guys had maybe the best practice of the year leading up to this. What do you think you guys, you know, changed heading into this game, like mindset, mentality?
Yeah, I mean, you know, from the past, what's happened between this team and our team, you know, we was fired up. You know, that practice yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. I mean, we was fired up. I mean, we was shooting good, pushing the ball, ready for today. So I mean, it was good.
Anything else you want to say?
Just go Tomcats.
Win here against Boyd County, first time you're seeing them this season. How did you guys get it done, and what was it like, you know, obviously coming on top of your rival?
You know, we really focused on their great three-point shooting team. I mean, they have been all year. We really focused on, you know, just like taking the three away and, you know, limiting their attempts and their makes, you know, overall to a game throughout the game, which we did really well. And, you know, we knew personnel-wise that we had guys who could, you know, take some of their younger guys one-on-one and, you know, just get to the rim and score. And honestly, we haven't shot well at all this year, and you know, this game shots were just falling, so I think that really boosted our confidence a little bit throughout the game.
How would you describe this atmosphere and you know, what it was like? It seemed like, you know, this was one of the biggest crowds I've seen myself since COVID.
Yeah. You know, it's great, honestly. I love a big crowd. I mean, you know, the little excited nerves you get before a game. I mean, that's what you live for. It's great, especially in high school. You know, you normally don't get things like this, and it gives you that extra bit of boost to, you know, go out there and play your hardest.
You had, I think, 12 first half points. You were part of, you know, Ashland's run to kind of pull away there and get some separation heading into halftime. What did you do to be effective here tonight on the offensive side of the ball?
You know, credit honestly to Rheyce Deboard, our point guard. I mean, he is just one of the fastest dudes I've ever played with. I mean, and coming off that ball screen, just sucking in my defender, I mean, it left me open just about every time, and he just made the right read, and I finished him. I mean, so credit to him, honestly.
I thought he was huge for you guys tonight, being able to keep his composure, especially in a game like this.
Yeah.
What does he bring to your team to kind of elevate you guys? You spoke on it a little bit there, but.
I think he's you know, he's a really hard-nosed guy. He's a very he's just a really good teammate. Like, he's always got everybody's back, and he's going to be that guy who's going to go make chippy plays that, you know, other people won't make. And I worried about him, you know, keeping his composure tonight because I knew the atmosphere was going to be tough, but he handled it really well, and he showed that he's a really good leader on this team.
All right, anything else you want to say?
Tomcat family, stick with us. We got a lot more coming. This is just the start of it.